Billionaire venture capitalist Vinod Khosla is in a heated dispute over his decision to block, that is, public access to San Mateo County beach. He says it's his land and he can do, well, whatever he wants. The county says otherwise. Here to weigh in, our legal team, Bill Frumpkin, a partner at Frumpkin and Hunter Law Firm, and Judy Albanese, a partner at Gold, Albanese and Barletti. Welcome to you both. Great to have you here. Now, Vinod Khosla is like venture capital prince. He's very well known on the West Coast. And before he bought this home, I have to say, you could get to that beach through that property. Tell us about that, Bill.
Yes, well, this is basically a case of a poor, defenseless billionaire. Okay, he buys this property for $33 million. He had to be aware that the whole community was using it for like 50 years to get to the beach. And lo and behold, he says, I'm not going to let that happen anymore. He doesn't get a permit. He puts up a blockade so that people can't go. Then he gets sued by a public interest group, and that's basically what the controversy is about.
All right. Well, Judy, to you, it's his property.
The poor, defenseless billionaire bought the property in 2008, and he maintained the exact same policy. He allowed public access, and he charged the same fee, $5 a day, for people to access his private road and park on his private property. Then the planning board came in and said, you know what? You can only charge $2 a day, in addition to which you can never, ever, ever close that gate. It must stay open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And he said, not appropriate.
Well, he left it the way it was, in a sense. He just went along with it for a while, okay? And then he decided, in his infinite wisdom, not to get a permit to do anything to change the property to make it allegedly legal to block it.
Doesn't he have to ask for permission to shut it down?
Well, basically, it really works the other way. In other words, it's been so long that people were utilizing it, so they just basically became sort of a public trust domain, and they were able to use it. And he just shut it without any permission. And he actually had his own lawsuit, which ended up not winning, and then he got sued by this group.
The California Coastal Act provides, if you're going to allow a private roadway to have public access, one of two things needs to happen. Either a private individual needs to stand up and pay for liability insurance and pay for maintaining the property, or a private individual needs to do that.
Surely Vinod can afford that, Bill.
He can afford it, and he knew the score when he bought the property. I personally think that he thought that this will be different. You know, he's going to be able to control it. He's going to block it, and that's basically not going to happen because there are public interest groups that are suing him now. He's getting picketed. All these other things are going on.
Wait. Let's be clear here. The public interest groups are a bunch of surfers. Am I right?
Yes, you are right. And
they're called Surf Rider, but I don't know if that makes them surfers.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's a billionaire or not. It's his constitutional right. He's not being given due process.
She's making a big point here. This is a big winning point here.
You can't take somebody's property and say we're not going to pay anything.
But it has been that way for 50 years, and that basically, if something goes on for that long, okay, and you buy the property knowing that that's the case, you kind of have to know that there's going to be an issue with that.
It's not the law of the go. The government cannot say you have to pay all of these costs, 30 grand for liability insurance, maintain the roadway, and accept any responsibility in a civil lawsuit, and we're going to sit back and not.
The other issue is liability, because, you know, as soon as these people are on the beach, somebody's going to get hurt, and they're parking on the property too. So how does that issue get resolved?
Well, the California Coastal Commission essentially says the following thing, that if you have access to oceanfront property, okay, and you buy that property, you're buying it knowing that there's going to be a public interest involved. I don't think that a guy like this is just going to be able to say, well, it's costing me too much, so I'm not going to do it, and no one can use it and buy. It's not the same thing as buying a house, you know, on a street in Long Island.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. I'm so sorry, but I think you guys did a great job of arguing your sides. Both.
Thank you.
Thank you.